guys, what's going on? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. Check out all the videos that I post, and yeah, I hope you enjoy what you see. I am going to talk about health. Why? Because human beings have to be healthy in order to thrive, right? So that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to talk about. I've been on a health kick for quite a while, but this week I was dead serious about kind of losing some weight. Just kind of, not a lot, just a little, because I'm tired of busting out of my clothes. Like, I know I'm probably not the only one with that issue, but I just want to talk about where I've been for the past couple years with my journey in my relationship with food in particular. So a few weeks ago I posted a video with my mom talking about her story with fibroids, and when all of that was happening in real time, my mom became very educated on food and how important it is and how it's connected to disease or issues in our body. So I really do have to give a great thumbs up to my mom for sharing this knowledge and information with me, because it's helped me see how important food is for your body. And it should be a beautiful relationship. We focus on relationship with people, focus on relationship with animals. We should also be focusing on relationships with food, because it really is a huge part of who we are and how we live and how we feel when we live. So yeah, I'm ready to talk about it because it's been a minute. So anyway, I will say that I, for the most part, since my early 20s, have been feeling some form of discomfort in my body, mostly in my stomach area. I didn't know what it was. I didn't think it was anything. I just thought, I'm just a naturally gassy person. I'm just gassy. And about, I don't know, when I was about 25, that's when I really started to bloat. I looked pregnant, and it was just not, it was not a good look. I didn't like it. I was just very uncomfortable with a lot of things. So I think around that time too, my mom was sick. Maybe when I was 26, she started getting sick from her fibroids. It was way more obvious now. And I just kind of watched my mom's journey and how everything in the house changed, and there was no more juice in the house. There was just no overly processed things or processed foods at all. It was just very different. And people think it's a hard transition. It really wasn't for us. To stop drinking juice is just, you just don't buy any. Not that we wouldn't drink it if we went out somewhere or something. Every so often we did. But for the most part, it wasn't a hard transition to not drink anything else but water. So yeah, around that time my mom started feeling sick, so I learned through her. But then I became pregnant, and my body really drastically changed after giving birth to my son. I realized I am uncomfortable all the time. I don't know what's going on with me. So many things change when you become pregnant, and it doesn't really change after you have a baby. If anything, there's more changes after you have a baby than before. So yeah, my body was just doing things I didn't understand. I was very uncomfortable. I was in pain a lot, and I just needed help. So anyone knows me personally, you know that I advocate for naturopathic medicine, because I have never in my life been around doctors who really care. Not only just care, that I've seen how they work and actually help people heal from diseases. So my mom, for example, had fibroids. She was very sick, and changed how she ate. She watched This doctor, I totally forgot his name, but he was more on the naturopathic side too, focused on food. My mom ate the foods that he recommended and didn't eat the foods that he, you know, recommended not to eat. And her fibroids basically just, and the video was called "My Mom Gave Birth to What?" She gave birth to a fibroid. And now my mom is fine. She's chilling, everything's normal, and she's doing great. And she's continuously eating healthy, because why would you want to go back to that again? Because like, if you go back to unhealthy eating, a fibroid will come back again. So it was just really cool to see how food could really change your life. So I went to the naturopathic doctor before I had my son, just to go for a regular pap smear and, you know, just see what it's like. And they had a whole list of questions to ask me, and it was amazing, because I feel like so many of us go on Google and we type in, why is there a pain on my side? And Google basically tells you, you're going to die. And I was just like, I couldn't take it anymore. Like, I really needed to know the answers to what was happening to me, and not relying on Google to diagnose or misdiagnosed me, basically. So I went there earlier, and then I got pregnant, so I didn't really continue, because then I had to go to what do you call it? I was gonna say pediatrician, gynecologist. And I went through the whole process of being pregnant, going through the months, figuring out all this stuff. But after I had my baby, I went back because, like I said, I was very uncomfortable, and they did a test, like a food allergy sensitivity test on me, and I was very shocked at the results that I got back. So I'm going to read the definition between a food allergy and food intolerance / aversion. So food allergy causes immune system reactions that affect numerous organs in the body, and it could also be life-threatening, versus food intolerance, generally less severe and linked to digestive issues. So like I said before, I was very bloated, and I had no idea why that was. So I did this test, and I have the results that I did in October 2019. That's a while ago, guys. So we did this test, and here were the things I was allergic to. Now, in order to understand this, you have to understand that if you have a 5 on any of the foods, then that means you probably should stay away from it. So 5 and above, stay away. You know, below, you're okay to consume. So one of the things that made me so sad is that I'm allergic, or I have a food intolerance to vanilla. Bro, I cannot tell you how many times I've eaten vanilla, especially during my first quarantine, which was being at home with a newborn for 4 months. All I did was eat ice cream. It was like how I coped with things. And I'm feeling sick, and I'm just constantly eating vanilla. So I said 5 is 5 and above, you shouldn't. And most of these things aren't too much over 5, but this was 26.9. And I was like, I'm surprised I haven't died from eating vanilla. So no vanilla. Barley is a 10, which is still really high. Rye food is high. I don't even know what that is, but maybe I should. Then there's wheat. There's a have 7.6 for that. Yeast is 5.2. Garlic is 21.2. That was also really hard, because I literally cooked everything with garlic. Like, garlic is delicious, guys. It just makes food so much better. And also black pepper. I was like, what am I finna season my food with now? Like, you might as well tell me I can't put salt either. It was just, when I first got this list, it was completely overwhelming, because I felt like I wouldn't be able to figure out how to live my life normally and regularly. And also no gluten. Gluten was a big thing, because that's where the bloating really was. So I slowly but surely stopped eating these foods. It's really hard. Even now, I don't cook with these ingredients, or I don't go out and buy vanilla or anything like that. There are some times when I go out to eat where there's just garlic and stuff, and I'm like not gonna totally like just limit everything, because I can't always do that, especially when you go out. But when I go out, I do look for gluten-free options. Try to get a meal that does not have garlic or black pepper, which is like every single thing, guys. I also, it's not on this list, but I don't really consume soy. I try to stay away from that as much as possible. Wheat is kind of hard too, because there's a lot of wheat in everything, and there's also a lot of gluten in everything. So I just, as hard as it was in the beginning, now that I am months in, it actually isn't that hard to eliminate these things from my life. And I can tell you right now, I still have a tummy, not because of being bloated, it's because I had a baby, but I no longer feel uncomfortable. Some of the symptoms I have felt as well as bloating is nausea. I always felt like I wanted to throw up, like, and it was just, it's uncomfortable. Everyone knows, if you've experienced nausea before, like it's just not a good feeling. So that's just one thing that I couldn't take anymore. I couldn't stand it. And literally after, it didn't even take that long, like I just stopped eating these things, and I, like, time went on and I realized I don't feel like crap. I'm not overly tired. I'm not, just a lot of things. And I wish that like I knew this before I had my son, so that I feel like I would enjoy my first quarantine in the house with him, because I would be more physically healthy, which in turn I believe would be a lot more mentally healthy. But yeah, that's just what I really wanted to talk about. I think it's really important to know what's happening in your body. You might not be allergic to something, but you might have what I have, a food aversion, and it's really good to get tested. Now, I went to a naturopathic clinic. They might do this test at any sort of allergy testing clinic, but I think it's really good to know, like, even if you feel like you don't feel sick, you should still get the test, because you never know how it might affect you. It might not affect you now, it might affect you later. Like I said, everything like just went crazy. It exaggerated after I had my son, and my life is so much easier. And there's a lot more symptoms, but I don't want to be too gross in here, you know. No, I know what I don't want to, it's not about being gross, it's about being knowledgeable. So I'm going to say it. Using the bathroom, the number 2 after having a child, was really hard. And I mean, literally, it's really hard. And once I started eating well, I went to the bathroom no problem. I used to take about I would say like half an hour, sometimes even an hour and a half, just to use the bathroom. That's how bad it was for me. So if I can tell people and educate them on ways to totally avoid that, I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm not gonna hold back and try to make this pretty, because when you're unhealthy, you're unhealthy, and it's very uncomfortable. So I just wanted to say that. I will be making more health videos eventually, and yeah, like this journey I'm currently on, I'll definitely be talking more about that. But just thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a lot. If you have taken an allergy test, I would love to know your results. What are you allergic to? You know, was it the end of the world for you when you found out? Like, how was it for you? Because when I found out I couldn't have vanilla, like I have to eat chocolate now? I mean, chocolate's not nasty, but it's only like so many chocolate things you can eat, you know? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, share. That's the most important. Share. Bye.